just Quackers. Hey, Madison! Shall we hitch a ride in a swan boat race? Or go up in the sky for a wild goose chase? Sing in the rain with ducks too cute to mention. Come down to the lake for a quacky convention. Meet a torrent duck who dives with the greatest of ease. And those dizzy wood ducks live high in the trees. The mallard's a duck of the garden variety. While barnacle geese are skydiving society. The red-breasted goose has a red vest, in truth. Cover your ears, Canadian goose on the loose. Black-necked swans paddle young ones around. While jumbo mute swans barely lift off the ground. Check the hooper swan out, but don't step near her nest. She's hatching new quackers. Now let's see the rest. Here's Mama Mallard back with her brood. Wait a minute. Can you spot the odd duck in the muck? Is he the ugly duckling? No, he's just a different color. When he grows up, he'll fit into the family portrait just fine. Meet the family. Can you see what Mama Duck is keeping warm in her nest? There's one more egg, and she's waiting for it to hatch. Wait a minute. Something's happening. Let's watch. All baby ducks spend 3 to 4 weeks in their eggs. Hatching takes a lot of work, and some babies are ready earlier than others. Ta-da! One fluffy duckling ready to go. Can you imagine what it's like to be inside a warm, dark egg? Now it's time to come out of the shell. Whoa! That must be Mom. And let's welcome one baby swan, called a cygnet. Meet a mute swan. Her name is Drift. While she waits for the rest of her eggs to hatch, Drift keeps her clutch of cygnets warm under her soft feathers. The proud papa, named Sallow, chooses the nest site and protects his family. He'll always be around because swan couples stay together forever. Now that everyone is ready, it's time to get wet. Last one in the water is the cygnet's uncle. Meet Mrs. Wood Duck. Her babies are born high up in a tree, and they know how to follow the first thing they see. It's usually their mother, and it's called imprinting. When Mom flies to the ground, they'll follow her. But there's one little problem. They can't fly yet. Look out below! Imprinting is like follow the leader. These young snow goose goslings are imprinted on their mother's red legs. So they follow those red legs wherever they go. That's fine, as long as the red legs belong to Mom. But what if the first thing you see is a pair of bright red boots instead? Learning the hard way. In the wild, barnacle geese nest way up on the Arctic cliffs to keep their eggs safe from foxes. But it's tough being a cliff dweller when your food's in the cellar. And there's only one way down, the hard way. Mom and Dad can fly. So what are baby goslings to do? Try skydiving! It looks scary, and all Mom and Dad can do is watch and worry. Somehow they all made it, without a crack up. But watch out! There's a hungry Arctic fox on the prowl. Mom and Dad are on the alert, ready to protect their babies. At last, everyone's safe and sound. Animal talk. Hey, what's all that racket? Geese and ducks are some of the noisiest birds. Can you make any of these sounds? Hear that? This shell duck is calling her babies, and they'd know her honk anywhere. They learned to recognize it when they were still in their shells. Mom is taking her ducklings on a dangerous journey across the ocean, and following her call will help them stay safe and close in the big waves. School days. There's our friend Sallow, the mute swan. Today, he's going to give his cygnets flying lessons. But getting the kids to leave the nest isn't easy. It takes a little push and a lot of encouragement to get them to try out their wings. worked! Almost. Practice makes perfect, even for swans. Mute swans are really heavy, so they need a lot of runway for takeoff. And they're off! These lighter Hooper swans have the right idea. In fact, they hold the high-flying record. Believe it or not, they can fly as high as an airplane, 27,000 feet up, to catch a ride on winds called the jet stream.
Lower landing gear.
Swans have huge feet that act like water skis and help them land smoothly. Their feet are also their brakes. What happens when lakes and rivers freeze in winter? It makes swimming and takeoff very difficult. That's why ducks fly south for the winter, to find warmer weather. On the move! Let's join the gray-lag geese on their 500-mile non-stop migration from Iceland to Scotland. They travel at speeds up to 40 miles per hour with no pit stops, so they have to use their body fat as fuel. Up high, the geese can rest by gliding on fast winds. Have you ever seen geese fly in formation? They do that to save energy. By taking turns following the leader, it's easier to fly long distances. It must be Scotland. When coming in for a landing, geese will whiffle back and forth to let air out of their wings, like a balloon. It helps them come in for a smooth landing. Thousands of geese, telling everyone winter is on its way. Clear the decks, or is that ducks? Are there any ducks that can't fly? Meet the steamer ducks. They can't fly, but they sure can steam across the water. Those wings help them paddle up to 25 miles per hour. Let's give a hand to the fastest surface swimming bird. Steamer ducks are also dynamite divers. Their short wings help them take the plunge for their favorite shellfish snacks. Dinner time! It's amazing what some ducks will do just to get a little food. These eider ducks like food that lives on the ocean bottom. Eider divers can dive down 50 feet for their favorite meal, mussels. Got one! Would you risk rushing around in river rapids and waterfalls just to eat bugs? That's what torrent ducks do. Fortunately for them, they have stiff tail feathers to steer them through the roughest waters. Oh, looks like lunch. But most ducks, geese, and swans prefer greens that are a little easier to reach. There's Drift, tossing a salad for dinner. And her cygnets nibble lake veggies from the moment they can swim. Have you ever heard of a swan dive? You're looking at it. Swans use their super strong necks to snatch veggies off the lake bottom. But be sure to keep an eye out for nasty neighbors lurking below. Better move it. Feathers for dinner again? Nah. Just playing a game of keep away to help baby learn how to catch food on her own. Bath time! Bath water is rolling right off this duckling's back. That's because he's waterproof. Ducks have special glands that spread oil on their feathers to keep them dry. But how do you wash a waterproof duck? It's called preening. And some ducks have 20,000 feathers to preen. Preening keeps feathers healthy and beautiful. And everybody comes out looking just ducky. Show off. Even babies preen to keep nice and clean. Now, is everyone at home ready to be a judge in the prettiest feathers contest? Yeah! This year, The great western grebes are sporting their racing stripes. Check out the color on those mandarin fins. The hooded mergansers are styling their best party hats. And look at the green on that teal. It's unreal. Here are some late entries. The fancy red-breasted geese. A merganser going for the punk look. But wait, what about this long-tailed squaw? The golden eyes. And the king eiders. Who did you pick? The mandarin thinks he took the prize. Take a bow. Oh, bedtime. When you were little, you slept in a crib. For goslings, Mom is the crib. They cuddle up under her warm wing. This swan crib is also a houseboat. All aboard! When you're little, it's easy to miss the boat, so you have to follow Mom until the next stop. Just about the time that getting aboard gets easy, it's time to get out. When they get older, the cygnets sleep on their own. And now, how about a bedtime story? Story time! Have you ever gone on a wild goose chase? Well, you aren't the only one. Long ago, in the Middle Ages, legend told that barnacle geese grew on barnacle trees. Every winter, the barnacle geese would come to northern Europe. But when they flew off in spring, no one knew where they went, or, for that matter, where they came from. Did they come from eggs or grow on trees, as the legend said? Well, the emperor of the land decided to send a special envoy to see if the legend was true. The wild goose chase took him on a journey from Italy to northern Europe. He had no difficulty finding all the barnacle geese. But where were those barnacle trees? He searched and searched until one day he found a tree of real barnacles that had the same pattern as our barnacle geese. The envoy thought that perhaps this was one of the barnacle goose trees. The barnacles seemed to hang from their necks and had feather-like tails. Was he correct? Or just quackers? The wild goose chase continued for many years. But today we know that the barnacle geese hatch from eggs, just like other geese. Playtime! Let's play a game to see who you recognize. Which duck can't fly, but steams through the water at 25 miles per hour? It's the steamer duck. Whose babies have to jump out of tall trees to get to the ground? The wood duck. And once everyone is down, you can bet they're going to be ready for a treat. Is there a skydiving goose on the loose? You bet. Try the barnacle goose, who jumps off Arctic cliffs. Who can fly as high as an airplane at 27,000 feet? Whoop it up for the Hooper Swans. What about that daredevil duck who braves the waterfalls? He's the torrent duck. And whose red legs keep her ducks in a row? Mother Snow Goose. That's all for now. So start clapping if our show got you quacking. Watch for Madison and his magic zapper. He'll pop up again with a whole world full of animal friends for you. We'll be rolling, running, and swimming together real soon on your Growing Up Wild adventures.